So the first thing that kind of happened, in the 60s is prior to hospitalization, people were giving birth at home, but now we give birth in the hospital. And this is associated with less pain for the woman and better monitoring of conditions. Another thing that's really changed a lot, specifically over the last 30 years or so, is the rising and lowering rates of C-section in the United States in non-high-risk pregnancies. So what we saw was that as C-sections became more safer, between 1990 and 2009, the rate of C-sections was increasing a lot, with a peak of 28% of deliveries from non-high-risk C-sections in 2009. But as doctors and researchers began to study these C-sections, they realized that there's increased risk from C-sections, it takes a long time to recover, and it's also a real burden to the healthcare system. So now doctors are being advised to be more judicious about when they do C-sections, and there's kind of been a change in policy. Another thing we're seeing, the third thing, is women are delivering later, so the average age of pregnancy is shifting later in time. And this means that more women are actually undergoing high-risk pregnancies because being older when you're pregnant is associated with increased fertility, genetic abnormalities, and also preterm birth. I think the most exciting thing and interesting thing that's happened in the US over this time period is there's actually been major advancements in keeping preterm babies alive. So in the 1990s, there were a lot of advances in neonatal care, so babies that are already born that are preterm, like how can we keep them alive? The biggest thing being surfactant, which helps coat your baby's lungs. And this actually really boosted the odds of survival for babies that were preterm below 30 weeks, which is very early. So what we see is actually a rising rate of preterm birth, but part of that is because there's a subset of babies that would have been delivered before 30 weeks that normally would not have survived, but now they are surviving. So in some ways, this rising rate of preterm birth actually reflects decreased rates of infant and fetal mortality.